That's the message we're giving out. We want leadership.
Yeah, we want leadership. We don't have it.
We want leadership.
Yeah, we don't have it.
Chris and Jay, we're coming to an end. I mean, we could talk for another 5 hours. There's so much good stuff here. Social net. Kali's just mentioned it. I've seen both of you guys talk about the social net, social safety net. COVID has exposed our talk about politics, talk about race, talk about GLCs. To me, the biggest issue in Malaysia is the safety net. And we as a nation have failed. And Kali's just said it. COVID has exposed the lack. And all of us are well to good, some of us better, like Chris, because even in a down economy, people still need lawyers. People don't fly in COVID. But I wanted to end on this because all of us are doing our bit. We don't go and publicize it. We just do it, right? And it shouldn't be about publicity. But my strong feeling is the safety net has failed and COVID has exposed it, whether it's in the health system, etc. I've never touched on education because that's a long, long topic. But I just wanted to end on the safety net. Chris, your views. How can we change that? How can we change that safety net so if another COVID comes along, there isn't white flags out there?
I think, Tony, there are actually three things that afflicts us now, which requires our attention. As you say, one is health, second is education, third is livelihoods. Nothing else at this point matters. The politics that's going on, really, the only people interested in that are the politicians. So we have failed with regards to our social safety nets for these three areas: health, education, and livelihoods. Partly, I think, and it's a combination of things that has accumulated over the decades. It is not just now, as you said, we see it now because COVID has exposed it, but it's the result of decades of, for example, leakages, decades of avarice. As Kali earlier said, those in power are in power and stay in power to advance their own interests or their sectorial interests. They're not nation builders like from the days of J. Razak's father. Those were nation builders. So I think it's a combination of these things. Certainly there's a failure in our social safety net.
Yeah,
definitely. Yeah.
Thanks, Chris. Jay, what can we do?
Well, a few things. I mean, you mentioned about philanthropy that we do and we don't talk about it. I think it's true. But, stuff like what Kali has been doing in Chowkit and so on, those are the things that people should know so that we can copy. Right? I only found out about the work he does by accident. I think, it's good to show people as models. Two is I agree with you in terms of social safety net, of course, and I think, across the world, the new normal will be about, wider social safety nets right across the world. But, we have an immediate danger, an immediate need. And here, I've just been talking to parts of the government this morning because do you realize that, I want to lend people money, zero interest. Right? I just want to lend people money, zero interest, because people are suffering and their businesses have to close for 6 months or whatever. So, but I'm at risk of breaking the money lending law. Right?
Yeah.
Why do we make it so difficult if we just want to lend people money, no interest, to help them?
Yeah.
But there's laws everywhere. I've been told, right, I'll get into deep trouble if I lend people money even without collecting interest. So somebody needs to look at detailed stuff like that so that we can help Malaysians can help Malaysians without worrying about silly things like that. Two is, I think it's right. The Ministry of Finance talks about capacity in terms of, what they can do, etc. But there's flip side to the capacity argument is government income. And why are we not ramping up government income by reviewing the tax system? I got a lot of, pushback when I said that there should be a windfall tax, particularly on the gloves industry. They all got very upset with me and sent me all these nasty messages. Typical, whenever people get upset with me and say, "Oh, why don't you go and help find the 1MDB money?" And then the other thought I have is in terms of the other day I mentioned is capital gains. or wealth tax of some form. All these things need to be done now. And that will increase the capacity of government to do the social safety net eventually, but also in terms of its direct distribution now.
Yeah. I think, look, we've almost been talking 2 hours and we could talk another 5 hours, but we've got some common trends here. Number one, system needs to be fixed, right? Number two, strong leadership. Leadership with a heart. And number four, that heart has to come for all Malaysians, a safety net. And it's that Hydra thing, right? If you raise more money but you don't spend it wisely, then, if I have to give up 80% of my wealth and it's going to go into that safety net, that's great, as long as I know that's happening. So it comes back to, I wanted to end on this point for me before I ask you to give final words. We need to all get together. Just 1.5 hours, the four of us have sat together. So many good ideas, from the Rukun Negara to a lot of historical points to economic points to multiculturalism. It's time for the right people to sit together and debate our nation and give ideas to the leadership about which course it is. Of course, then it needs strong leaders with the right heart, etc., etc. But we all vote, and it's time, if we can, to make our vote count.